today I just want to thank God for this opportunity that a day like this will come in Abuja. You know, when I came over, it was like I am looking for an office space. Do I start at home? Do I attach myself to somebody? But thank God, today this is fully our own. We rented it, but I know that one day God will give us our own facility in Jesus' name. So I want to talk about the girl child. I want to talk about the girl child empowerment. I normally tell those parents that still have young girls, I mean little girls, their ages maybe 2, 3, 5, 10. Please, you have the whole opportunity in this world. This is the best time to start molding the life of your daughter. Don't look at her and say that she is too young, that she can't understand. You have everything now in your hands to help this girl. Because the more they grow, they form their own opinion, which is okay. But since they are still very young, please inculcate, start now to inculcate everything. Let her learn. It is very, very important. Have a step-by-step plan of how to raise this girl. By the way, I know that I'm talking about the girl child, but the truth is that every child deserves a good life, a good training. Raise all your children, whether male or female, well, so that you will have rest tomorrow, so that the world will have rest tomorrow. I am part of the people that believes in family. I believe so much in family. Whatever it is that the nation is going through starts from the family. The solution is in the family. The enjoyment, the joy of that level is in that family. That is just the truth. So if you see anything that you don't like, or when you look around and you don't like the results we are getting, as a family man, as a family woman, invest in your family. There is no need blaming. Yes, government is part of the problem, corrupt leaders. But I want to say it categorically that these corrupt leaders, these bad men, bad women, and corrupt leaders are raised in homes. They were raised in homes. When people are more interested in families, when people are more interested in families, we had a better result. Even the Bible says that a wise woman builds her own home. Didn't say build Nigeria, didn't say build Africa. Because God knows that if you build your home, that result, that positive result you got from home is what we will see tomorrow in the society. But the individual failures, our family failures, individual failures, is the collective problem we are facing in the society. It's a terrible thing. I want to tell the story of a young girl that I got involved in her life. I want to use it to encourage parents who are doing their bits. But sometimes it looks as if you are not getting a positive result. There are many times we put in our best and the results may not look like what we expected. Now, imagine you, or imagine the families that tried their best, that invested in the raising of their family, their children. begin to wonder what happens to the children that were left unattended. Follow me. I want to tell every parent that the most important time, the best time to train your child is when you're growing. And don't get tired. Continue. Later you will see. But if there is already a mistake somewhere, a neglect, a gap, a shift somewhere, it is not an impossible situation. It's only difficult, and it will only take time and more effort. But you can still get your results. God can do anything. But before we go into God can do anything, yes, let us do our own best. I want to tell the stories of one of my encounters. I felt so bad. I wept the day I saw that result. I visited a hospital for myself. I was not feeling too well. On my way out, a lady stopped me at the gate and said, "Please, could you go to the children's ward? Could you please go to the children's ward and help somebody? Tell them that you are looking for so girl, that she and her baby are in the children's ward." Out of compassion, I moved. When I got there, I told the nurses that I'm looking for so person. They said, ma, you will see how this is her over there, but we want to get the doctor handling her case so that you can talk to him and get direction and know how we're going to help. They called the doctor, and the doctor came and said that this girl, this is her problem, that she delivered, that the baby has a serious complication, chest problem, that it may even require surgery. But the truth is that no mother, no father, no money, no help, that a good Samaritan brought her. He said that he wanted to show me the condition of the child so that I will know what to do. And he opened his phone. He said that they took pictures so that they will not need to be exposing that wound. I looked at the chest of this few days old baby and I shed tears. My heart broke. I said, okay, can I talk to them? He said, why not? I asked the girl what was the problem. He said that she was pregnant, thrown out, nobody to help her, living in an uncompleted building, that it was a good Samaritan that brought her and the baby to this place. I said, where is your mother? That she said she don't want to have anything to do with her. Where are your relations? She don't have. So, how did you cope? She said that she was staying with her friends in one uncompleted building. She told me the area. I felt so bad. And I went back to the doctor and asked the doctor, what can we do to save this girl? He said that it's just money. I said, is there hope? Will this child live? The doctor said yes, that this child will live if we can be able to raise some funds. That he is trying. I said, what about the mother of this girl? That she said that she was impregnated by one irresponsible boy. He said it's a long story, but the truth is that he tried to call the mother of the girl, and the mother of the girl gave him a serious warning not to call her line again. see herself. They said that the girl was a product of rape. And now, her daughter was raped. And I was like, why would a mother allow her daughter to go through the same thing? That she was a product of rape. And now, her daughter, the product of rape. Her granddaughter, the product of rape. I said that this woman is supposed to see herself, that there may be something that she did not do to protect this from happening. Anyway, I emptied my account. I gave out everything I had with me so that they can at least continue treatment. I sent message on Facebook. Calls from people say, please help me. And help started coming. But I pleaded with the doctor, said, please, I don't want to put my account number there. And the girl, she said she was 19. I said, please, that why we want you to put your own account number is so that as the money is coming, we use it and do whatever we can to save this baby. So we're even calling me asking, are you sure that this child will be? I said, yes. So we're asking, where is the hospital? I told them. I said, okay, let them come to the hospital. You know, there are so many fake news and fake stories around. But this one, before you know it, the next day, you gather people, say, please come, let's go and see this child, let's do how we can do it. Only for me to get there. And I was told that this young girl with this new baby has also been sleeping around. The gardeners, the cleaners, you know, the young boys, the whatever around, she has been messing up. So the issue of moral is not coming. I started arguing. I said, please, look at your condition. Somebody who just delivered, you have to, you know, allow yourself to have this internal healing before you will start running around again or having anything to do with men. She said, thank you. You know, I told her a lot of things. I gave her one of my books, Think Exceptional Better, to read. I promised her that I am not God, but we will try our best, which we keep trying. Before you know it, I started talking to people. And part of what happened was that one of the women I spoke with said, okay, let's go and see her. We saw her. And after looking at her condition, the woman said, okay, that she needs rehabilitation so that she will not go back to the uncompleted building. I said, yes, that is exactly what we are working towards. But, you know, I don't have a house of refuge, I don't have a place to keep her. So she said, okay. And later they called me that evening and said that some members of Knights of St. want to see me. I went for that meeting and they said, okay, we have heard you. Let's see what we can do. Meanwhile, I visited the next day. The doctor said that the baby is okay now, that the baby is fine. Now, the next level is where do we keep her? Since her mother warned the doctor that she don't want to see or hear anything that has to do with that girl. At that point, we don't know the reason why her mother will take such a decision. So the doctor said, okay, let's check whether we can see any of her relations. And before you know it, we inquired and she said, okay, that her mother's younger sister, her auntie, is somewhere. We started looking for contacts. Before you know it, we contacted the lady and she said, okay, that she's coming. So we said, thank God, at least by tomorrow, we will, when she's discharged, her mother's sister will take care of her. So, by the time she was discharged, the doctor said to me, this is the amount of money we have used, and this is what is remaining in the brought it out, cash. And I added the little I also had with me. So the auntie, we pleaded with her and said, please, this is your sister's daughter. We know that this is the condition, but we cannot throw away the baby and the pet water. Please help us and let them stay with you so that you'll be looking at them. That this money, we are giving it to you so that you can use it to be buying milk for the baby. She thanked us, collected the money, and we chartered a tricycle for her, and they left. I was happy that at least she will be well taken care of, so that I can still go around and see whether I can get something to do for them. After about 4 days, by then, they have contacted me. Those nights have contacted me, night of Semilumba. They have contacted me and said, please, that we had a place we wanted to keep her, but unfortunately, because of COVID-19 or whatever, that they are not admitting any other person. But we have a check of 200,000 for her. I really thank God. So I called the auntie. I said, please, how are you? They said, fine. I said, what of your daughter and the baby? He said that they are fine, but there is no money. And I was like, is it not for 4 or 5 days? He said, yeah, that the money has finished, that you don't have anything. We try again. But I looked at it and said, what do we do now? So I said, okay, can you go to call so day, so day? I said, yes. And they came. But before then, I discussed with the doctor. I said, please, how do we handle this money? For them to finish this money under 3-4 days. I said, even me as I am with a full family, I can't finish that money in 2 weeks. I can't finish that. I said, no. So the doctor said anyway, that what we are going to do is that we are going to place her on stipend. Let her be taking 10,000 naira every month. And this time she comes to collect that money, we use that opportunity to see the baby, look at her, and the baby, take care of her and the baby. Maybe we'll keep 100,000 apart for her. When she's fine, she can use it and go back to school. We said, okay. So I now asked them to write that check in the name of the doctor so that the doctor can still continue the good work and be giving her the money. Not that anybody is spending anything from the money. Unfortunately, they came that day, and after the whole discussion, the check was handed over, and the doctor said that they can take the one for that month, that day, and gave them the 10,000. On the road, they said according to her, her auntie asked her to leave, that the doctor is holding money and she is holding a baby. Ask her to go her way, that you don't want to take care of her again. I really look at these people, and these are my Christian sisters, so my Christian people. The money, somebody picked your daughter. I can call her daughter. Take care of the baby. Gave you money. And now, to continue taking care, you are now saying that they are holding money and they are holding. Yeah, I can't understand. They sent her out. So somebody saw her on the road and asked her some questions. Maybe she asked them to call me. They called me and said that the girl is on the road, that this is the condition. I started rolling around the game, started rolling up and down. So luckily, the place where they dropped her, somebody that knows that her own real mother went to call her to come and see her daughter and granddaughter on the road. That was how her mother came and picked her. Anyway, to cut the long story short, this particular girl, by the time the mother took her, and at a point I got her phone and called her, she came with the baby and her own daughter. So with doctor, we said, let us make peace. It was in the process that the mother said that this girl has tried poisoning the whole family, that she was raped when she was a very young girl going to school, and 3 of them were raped, that she was surprised that she was the only one that got pregnant, that it was pain all through for her, carrying the baby, the pregnancy, and eventually delivered the baby. So, because she was still a young girl, don't know what to do, she had to give her to her grandmother, that is her own mother, to take care of. And that happened for 11 years before she was able to. She said that today that she's married to an older man just to have a family. But by the grace of God, she's doing business. She has other children, and they are, as a family, they are not doing badly. Except for this girl started running up and down from a very young age, started, living this reckless life. There's nothing she did not do to keep her down, but she don't want. Mom said, finally, when she was just 15, she brought a policeman, her boyfriend, and 2 other men, making them fall to her house to say, listen, that I am no longer interested in staying here, that this woman wants to keep me down. That this woman wants to keep me down. And who is she calling this woman? Her own mother. So what will her mother do? She wrote an undertaking and took her things and left. He said before then that she had run away from the house severally and come back, and there was a time they had issues. She went and poisoned the soup in the freezer so that the whole family would eat and die, and God saved them. He said that she personally, that her daughter has poisoned her twice. She was rushed to the hospital, and God saved her and opened her eyes to see that it was her own child, and she didn't deny it. Now she ran away. So when she became pregnant, the boy that took her away pushed her away. According to her, switched off the phone, and that was the end. Now she carried that pregnancy, no proper antenatal care, no hospital, no friend, no food, no blood. She was even anemic. It was at that point she was a now completed reading that she delivered through all this, attendants, home birth attendants. They said that it was even difficult for her to deliver that baby. But they called her mother, whether it was traditional or whatever, I don't know. They said that when her mother came, she was able to push out that baby. Now, after the delivery of the baby, the mother said that she asked her to bring the baby, let's go. She refused. After the whole drama, her mother said that since she refused to be persuaded, that she had to go and leave her there. That she forgot everything that the girl did. He wanted to take her and the baby, but she didn't. Now it was when she left that she continued in that uncompleted building. No proper care for her or for baby. And before you know it, the baby got infected. And that was how they landed in the hospital. I pleaded with the woman and said, please, thank you for taking your daughter back. He said yes, that she just allowed her and the baby to stay in one room so that take care of your baby, I will feed you, no problem, shelter you, but just stay with your baby. Anyway, to cut the long story short, before you say Jack, they have called me. The doctor called me and said that the girl and the baby are out of the house again. And I was like, what? The best place for her to stay is in her mother's house. Is to stay with her people. Why would you allow her to come out? Why would you even look at her? Why? What are you doing with her? Why would you? What? Allow her to come out? I said no. But to cut the long story short, I think I need a seat. Was now telling me that she packed her things and moved again. I told her, young girl, what is your problem? Why did you leave your mother? That her mother is too harsh. He said, you don't like her. He said, doing this, he's doing that, he's doing that. I said, your mother. You want to come outside again with this baby? Honestly, I don't like it. Anyway, the long and short of the story was that she got an apartment, a one-room apartment. What will I do? What will I do? We paid. I said no, that the plan was that we go back to school. And we suggested to her that this baby, there are people who need it. Let us take it through the normal process, because I went to allow her to ask them what is the process of adoption of keeping a child, so that this baby will be taken care of while you can continue your education or take care of yourself. She said no, that she wants to stay with her baby. We said okay. And I said, since you are with this baby, no help, no whatever, that you have to suspend your education. You have to nurture this baby. She said yes. So when they got that one room for her, we paid. I told her, I said, no, since this is the life you want for yourself, you face it. I said, whatever be your reason for leaving your mother's house again, where you have shelter, where you have food, where you will be taken care of. I said, you have to. It was even when the mother came that we discovered that she was barely 16 when she delivered that baby. Meanwhile, she had told them a lie that she was 19. Can you see what the devil can do? Can you see what the devil can do? Okay, as if that was not enough. The money was fast going. So, we asked her, what do you want to do? She said that she wants to mentor her, that she has already seen the woman that will train her. I asked her, okay, asked her how much is your training fee and for how long? She told me, paid. So she started going to work. I said to her, listen, by now, you're supposed to have sense. Desist from anything that has to do with sexual relationship. Leave boys alone, let them leave you. Face your front now, you should be interested in your self-development and nothing more. We place this girl on salary, not even salary, on stipend for 1 year and about 1 year and 6 months. By the time I lost my husband, I collected the phone number of my madam and called her madam. I said, please, how is she doing? And she's doing well. My husband's body was still in the mortuary. Without any money, I just left and moved to see her madam and begin to ask her madam, how is she doing? She said that she's fine. So the baby is fine. The place where you are living, she said she's okay. I asked the madam, what about her character? She said no, that she's doing better, that there's an improvement of her character. I asked the madam, what about the sewing? Has she learned? He said yes, that to a good extent she can sew very well. I said, okay, can I buy a machine for her? She said yes. Which brand should I buy? She told me. He said, buy either this or this, but any of them is okay. That was how I got home, called my PA, asked her to please go and buy sewing machine for me. She bought it 2 days before I traveled to the village for my husband's burial. After that burial, I came back. I called her. She came. I sat her down. We had a heart-to-heart talk. And I said to her, please, listen and listen good. There is no business. You don't have any business now. Like I have told you before, with any man. Stop discussion of marriage, discussion of love, discussion of boyfriend, girlfriend, all those things. I say, leave it. When you start sewing very well, you start making your money. You focus on feeding yourself and your baby. And when you are now balanced and old enough, you can now talk about husband and wife money. And at that point, you'll be able to know exactly what you want. That was all. I prayed with her, presented the machine, gave her some money, and I told her, I said, after this, I'm off. I'm going back to base. Take care of yourself. God will bless you. You know, it was an emotional moment. She hugged me, was crying. These were not tears of pain, but this time tears of joy. I even asked her if she had learned anything. She said yes, that she has learned a lot of lessons that will help her. So, after that, I took off. That was how we ended it. Once in a while, I travel to Lagos, we bump each other. Whenever I have a leave, I'll ask. Once in a while, she will come in box. We discuss. It wasn't a bad idea. But before you know it, I started seeing him advertising one boy. Whether it was the one that impregnated her that he was hiding, or I don't know. He started writing poem, music, kissing a boy on screen. I don't know whether she forgot that we are all on Facebook, that we are all seeing each other. And ladies and gentlemen, the one that broke the camel's back was the day she carried another newborn baby with the one she had 2 or 3 years ago by one side, and the new baby without any man as the father. She said that what is the name of our baby has gone to church. Only our come no comment, no like, no share, nothing. Nothing before, nothing after. So you see that it's not only, we don't have only positive results. There are many results that are painful. Up till now, you are not with your husband, you are not with your parents, you are not established on your own. You already have 2 pregnancies. Why I'm saying this is that I have not lost hope. If you still within me, around me, I will not stop. But the truth is that if the ones that we try to raise are behaving like this, what will be the story of the ones that nobody cared for? To save the girl child is to save the nation. I don't know how her mother will feel right now. I don't know how her mother is feeling right now. I don't know when her mother sees her right now. I don't know what she will be thinking. If the girl child goes wrong, a whole lot is likely to go wrong. That is why we came with Save the Girl Child project. I am rounding up. Save the Girl Child project is the Seraphim outreach program to rescue young girls, especially teenagers, from the problems or the challenges that they face in the society, and the ones that they ignorantly embrace, which are self-destructive and limiting in nature. So we provide the education, the information, the skill and mentorship they need to overcome these challenges, pursue their dreams, and make a positive contribution in the society. I believe that if the girl child is not properly trained, it will affect her productivity and progress in life. And this is the problem I want to solve in Africa. So help me God. So thank you, my people. God bless you.